Good morning, I'm Craig Negrelli. It's Tuesday, September 17th, 2024, and these are your unbiased updates. New details emerge on the suspect in the second apparent assassination attempt on Donald Trump, including how long he went undetected near the former president's golf club. And Sean Diddy Combs arrested on federal charges. We have the latest on what's ahead for the hip-hop mogul.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world, these are today's Unbiased Updates.
Thank you for joining us. 12 hours, that's how long authorities say the suspect in this past weekend's apparent assassination attempt on Donald Trump went undetected near the former president's golf club in West Palm Beach, Florida, before a Secret Service agent noticed him and yelled "gun." The suspect pointing a rifle through the bushes. The agent firing at the suspect, who fled the scene, only to be taken into custody a short time later. The suspect, 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh, is seen in body cam video released by a local sheriff's office showing his arrest. He's now charged with possession of a firearm as a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. Routh did not enter a plea during an appearance in a federal courtroom. At a Monday afternoon press conference, Secret Service Acting Director Ron Rowe Jr. said Routh did not fire any shots at the agent and never had former President Trump in his line of sight. Rowe and the FBI agent in charge, Jeffrey Veltri, said there is no evidence as of yet showing that the suspect knew Donald Trump would be golfing that day. Veltri spoke about Routh's criminal past.
In 2002, as the United States Attorney mentioned, the subject was charged and convicted in North Carolina for possession of a weapon of mass destruction. Law enforcement checks also revealed that from 1997 to 2010, the subject had numerous felony charges for stolen goods. I can also share with you that he was the subject of a previously closed 2019 tip to the FBI where it was alleged he was a felon in possession of a firearm.
The FBI passed that information to Hawaiian authorities. The Secret Service's Rowe told reporters Donald Trump's plans to play golf on Sunday were off the record, meaning it was not part of the former president's official schedule. But as new questions emerge about the Secret Service's effectiveness following the second assassination attempt in the last few months, Rowe defended his agents, saying they were rising for this moment.
Yesterday afternoon, this country was reminded of the heightened and dynamic threat environment the United States Secret Service and its protectees face on a daily basis. Immediately following the assassination attempt of former President Donald J. Trump on July 13th, the Secret Service moved to increase assets to an already enhanced security posture for the former president.
Rowe said the highest levels of protection were in place for the former president, as directed by President Joe Biden, including counter-sniper team elements. Speaking to reporters on his way to an event in Philadelphia, Biden said the Secret Service, quote, needs more help. A White House official said President Biden spoke to Donald Trump on the phone on Monday, conveying his relief that the former president was safe. During an appearance on the social media site X Monday night, Trump spoke about hearing the gunshots fired by the Secret Service, saying the agent did a fantastic job, and he joked that he would have liked to have sank the last putt. Routh's next court appearance is set for September 23rd for a pre-detention hearing. His arraignment is slated for September 30th. He remains in custody as authorities continue their investigation. Famous musician, hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs gets arrested on federal charges. Just hours before last night's arrest, he was spotted sunbathing in a New York park. Sources close to the matter tell media outlets Diddy was not expecting the arrest. However, there is a report that Diddy traveled to New York voluntarily. Homeland Security took him into custody at the Park Hyatt Hotel on 57th Street in Manhattan. It is not clear yet what federal charges he's facing. The indictment is expected to be unsealed today at his arraignment. Combs is facing multiple sexual assault lawsuits and has been the subject of a federal human trafficking probe in the last year, which is why Homeland Security is involved. His lawyers say he has been cooperating with investigators. It's day 2 of the Coast Guard's hearing into the Titan submersible implosion that killed all 5 people on board. Yesterday, we learned one of the last messages sent from the doomed vessel indicated there were no concerns. It read, quote, all good here. That text message was shown during a recreation of the submersible's trip to the Titanic wreckage at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean in June of 2023. It came not long before the watercraft imploded, leaving all 5 people on board dead, including Stockton Rush, the co-founder of OceanGate, the company that owned the Titan. The lead engineer for the vessel testified at yesterday's hearing, saying he felt pressured by Rush to get it ready for the trip.
He would fight for what he wanted, and what he wanted, even if it changed from day to day, right? Like he would fight for what he wanted, and he wouldn't give an inch much at all. Most people would just eventually back down from Stockton. Like it was almost death by 1,000 cuts in most of the things.
That witness testified he stopped the submersible from going to the Titanic in 2019, telling Rush it was, quote, not working like we thought it would. He was fired that year. OceanGate's co-founder, former operations director, and former scientific director are also supposed to testify in the hearing, which is expected to last about 2 weeks. Facebook and Instagram parent company Meta has banned Russian state media broadcaster RT, along with several other Kremlin-controlled outlets. Meta accuses them of using deceptive tactics to covertly influence operations online. Before it was banned on Monday, RT had more than 7 million followers on Facebook and 1 million on Instagram. The move comes days after the Justice Department announced charges against 2 RT employees for funneling nearly $10 million into a U.S. company to create and promote content aligning with Russian interests. Almost 5 years after the COVID-19 pandemic swept and ravaged the nation as well as the world and led to many people working from home, Amazon is ending remote work. Starting next year, corporate employees will be required to be back in the office 5 days a week. This is the latest update to Amazon's rules regarding remote work. Last year, the company changed its policy to mandate employees come back to the office at least 3 days a week. Amazon has supposedly been marred by an inability to get things done with lots of meetings and layers of approval. CEO Andy Jassy called out that culture in a note to workers saying this: there are pre-meetings for the decision meetings, a longer line of managers feeling like they need to review a topic before it moves forward. Finally this morning, while the Paris Summer Olympics held closing ceremonies weeks ago, it's not over yet for one Team USA athlete. American gymnast Jordan Chiles is appealing a decision that stripped her of a bronze medal. Chiles' first individual Olympic medal was rescinded after the Court of Arbitration of Sport ruled that her coach filed an inquiry during the floor exercises, which propelled Jordan Chiles to third place, but it was a few seconds too late. Chiles has now appealed her case to the Federal Supreme Court of Switzerland. The United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee supports Chiles and says they are determined to see she gets the recognition she deserves. These are your unbiased updates for Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. For all of us at Straight Arrow News, I'm Craig DeGrelli. Have a great day.